Look, it's recording. It's recording. KJ, look, come here. You can dance. Touchdown. Ooh. Here's looking up. You could turn it around. Can't see myself. And what is myself doing? Nothing.
This is Jair, and now you're watching.
Oh my God.
This is Jair, and you're watching. This is the record.
Nice. All right. Let's get it started. Let me get my seat. Let me fix my shirt because I'll be looking all bunched up. I pay attention to my own product. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another edition of This Is Recorded Podcast. Y'all might be tired of this thing, but I love it. I'm kind of tired of it. I hate when people overdo it, but I love this little thing. I love this noise. All the DJs, especially all my Jamaican people, they love it. They always got more fire, more fire, more fire, more fire. So, excuse me, but I'm a nerd. I love gadgets. I'm a toy freak. It's hot in Georgia. If I didn't say it already, I forget. It's a one-man show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another edition of This Is Recorded Podcast. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that like button. I know it's repetitive. I know you hear it on everything, but it really helps creatives. I'm starting to do that more on videos I like, or if I see myself going back to a YouTube channel, I make sure I get on there. I got to get up to 1,000 subscribers, y'all. I got a little ways to go so I can get my super thanks to try to financially benefit, but in other ways, Patreon, I'm trying to work on a Patreon by June. Some merchandise, I was looking at it. Got some cool ideas for it. I want to do something other than t-shirts, stuff like that. Everybody does that, but it's a typical route, but I want to try other things, so I got a couple other ideas. Just working on that. I feel amazing. How do you guys feel? I hope you guys feel amazing. I hit like a big milestone in my life this week and accomplished some things that on a later date I'll discuss with everybody, man. I'm just happy about life. Real private person, but on this podcast I like to try to be as open and honest as possible, but as in life, some things you want to keep to yourself, some happiness, but I'm just happy. I hope you got some surprise things and y'all are happy about some milestones y'all are making, some things y'all been working on for a while, maybe had some trouble on. Y'all are making it, so I hope, I'm excited. I'm getting my puppy next week, so that's probably part of it too. So that's a milestone after my sweet Bella passed. We become dog parents again, so that's going to be exciting. But also, if you see the beautiful hair, I'm thinking about growing my hair out, guys. I've never done it. I felt like my hair didn't grow right, or I just lost patience. I could lose patience. I'm starting to learn it in my older age, but I think I want to do it. The big forehead, when I get braids, it kind of pull it back even more or something, or if I try to get some twists or some dreads or something, but I think I want to explore it. So today is, let me look at my calendar here, the 24th of March. So I've been growing my hair, I think, since the end of January. So we'll see if your boy stays with it or not. I'll keep you posted. Obviously, if you watch the podcast, you'll see if I cut my hair or not. Shout out to my boy G Merrick was cutting my hair, man, doing a good job. I think I'm going to grow it out, though, man. I think I'm going to let my beauty, I've been trying new products. My wife introduced me to new products to treat my hair right, treat my hair like a lady, like a growing thing it is. So I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to get it right, man. Shout out to the boy Skis, man. I don't know if I get down here level like the boy Skis or something, but, I want to try to grow it out, man. I want to see what I look like. I never did it, man. What are y'all watching? As y'all see in the beginning of the video, I had some family time. It always makes me feel better. I ain't seen them in a little while. I skipped a week on seeing them, so it felt good to see them. Also, what are y'all watching? What I'm saying, Snowfall, Chef's Kiss, John Singleton will be proud. Rest in peace to the legend John Singleton. Also, Yellow Jackets is back on. Yellow Jackets on Showtime. Snowfall is on Hulu or FX if you have that. Yellow Jackets is pretty cool and amazing. Plane crash, people's lost, you know what I'm saying? A teenage soccer team, plane crash, they lost for 6 months. They got to do what they got to do. They come back, they kind of haunted. It's like an American Horror Story and all this other stuff mixed into one. But I'm really here to talk about Snowfall right now if I have a second of y'all. Yeah, I didn't watch Wu-Tang this week. I got to catch up on that. Finished BMF. It was cool for what it is. BMF is cool. BMF is on Stars. Wu-Tang is on Hulu. Try to keep y'all updated on where to catch stuff at. I hate when podcasts or YouTube, whatever, people don't tell you where to get it at. So I'm trying to be different. Snowfall, man. Snowfall is about drug dealing. Some people say, well, Freeway Ricky Ross said, if you know who he is, it's based on his life. A young dude, you know, come from nothing, and he get in the drug game when crack hit the street in the 80s and the CIA and all this stuff. And it's just a really good story. And I really love Snowfall the most. Let me check my timer before I get long-winded. I really love Snowfall the most, man, because it gives an all-around depiction of the drug game. It shows more of the downs than the ups of the drug game. When I really think about it, they're always talking about making business deals and different things, but they're always problem solving. They're always trying to figure things out, you know. So I love that. Even from one of the first couple episodes, it's like his first sale did not go great. I love that in Snowfall, they're giving a real depiction of the drug game, the downs, the hurtfulness, what it does to your family, what it does to your community. They're giving an all-around idea of what's going on. And that's what I love the most about Snowfall. And I think, you know, why a lot of us, well, I speak for myself, will, you know, love the drug dealing and stuff like that. And I think all of us love an underdog story of, you know, it's showing Snowfall, like his mom is dealing with a white dude that treats his mom like shit, and, you know, she has to deal with all this craziness, and she just doesn't make no money, and you just got to keep doing it because you got to keep a roof over your head, because if you sell drugs, that's a bad thing, and you don't want to do that. But it's like, look, man, I'd rather do that than live the way I'm living. A lot of people that grew up poor will rather hustle and deal with jail, deal with death. They really rolling the dice and gambling with their life for real, because the alternative, the way they've been living, ain't it. So they'll do anything just to not live like that. So I really, man, hats off, chef kiss again to everybody that's involved and working on Snowfall. Y'all are doing a great job. It's the final season. I think this is the 6th season, something like that. Y'all carried the torch after John Singleton died. Y'all are doing a great job. Bravo. Thank you again to Snowfall, man. If you haven't seen it, if you kind of into that thing, or even if you just check it out. Give it a couple episodes. See, deal with father-son relationship. It deals with a lot of stuff, man. So Snowfall is it, man. I just love it, man. And I also love, you know, obviously with drug dealers, stuff like that, man. And for real, for me, boxers, they have a certain level of confidence. And for me, you know, it's key that it's not cocky, it's confidence. I mean, in boxing, sometimes it could come off as cocky, but I believe in when it comes to podcasting, when it comes to rapping, when it comes to if you do fashion, if you cook, you got to be confident. You got to talk your shit. You got to come in there and like, yo, I'm going to come and deliver something amazing, different. The world ain't seeing it. Ain't nobody fucking with it. I'm the best at this. I could do this. I'm make this. Can't nobody see me doing this. Like, do you see what I'm doing? I'm the greatest. For anybody to be compared to me is disrespect almost. You got to have that kind of mentality. Boxers keep people around when they training. You the best, champ. You got a champ. You can do it, champ. They keep these things because they got to, you know, you got to prepare for a fight. You have to prepare for a fight, and that fight is with your mind. You have to defeat your mind. And that's what I mean by we have to, you know, be confident And we have to defeat our mind, because our mind will tell us, oh man, it's not going to happen. In Will Smith book is like, he talk about it's a 1% chance thing. All of us, think that there's 1% a thing that's going to go wrong in our life when it comes to passing a test or this or that, or going somewhere, for me, or reaching goals for me personally. It's a 1% chance that, you prepared yourself, you did this, that it's not going to work. But it's just like, we'll trick ourselves into thinking like it's not going to happen. But we got to have that confidence. And I'm building myself up. I'm training. I'm in there working it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm building that confidence of, man, check this out. I'm the best doing this. I got an impact. I'm the greatest. I'm making it. The people ain't connect to it yet, but when they see it, they see it. They're going to notice it. I think back to streaming and stuff like that when Napster came along and they was like, oh, this is bad. They stealing music, and now we have streaming services that everybody loves. They wasn't ready for that yet. I think back to what is like the protests with Colin Kaepernick. Now everybody protests, but it's the ones that step out there. It's the ones that do something, different. It's the ones that stand on that island by themselves. It's the ones that, if we're being realistic, may not make it, but they influence. Tupac always talks about, I might not be the change, but maybe I could be the spark that'll change the brains of other people. So with this podcast, I'm going to be the change. I'm going to be the spark. I'm going to be that guy. Nobody's doing it on their own. Nobody's talking positive like that. Nobody's doing that. And if it is, it ain't on a large scale. Nobody's figuring it out. So I'm building this thing. I'm working hard. Man, I'm going to be real with y'all. I was, down bad. The last 2 weeks, just my brain is all over the place. I'm trying to figure it out. I still deliver a podcast, but be honest, I didn't feel like it was some of my best work. I really appreciate y'all the past 2 weeks. I came up with that one creative block. I just really had a hard time creating. I was in my head a lot, but that's what I love about here, this week to week therapy with you guys, man, and letting you guys know, man, like, hey, we in this together, we figuring it out, but we got to be confident. We got to be confident, to defeat our mind. Our mind is our biggest enemy, but we need to train it to be our biggest friend, because we whooped it into submission. We whooped our brain so hard that, hey, you can't keep telling me bullshit. You can't keep telling me things that's not real. You can't keep knocking me off my game, because I really think, and I think I said this in the last podcast, that when you're really, really close, that's when your brain is going to start working overtime and tricking you and like trying to get you out of your game and trying to get you out your mark and like, yo, what's going on with you? Like, how's that happening? Like, it's not going to happen for you, but you got to keep at it. You got to keep fighting. You got to defeat this thing called the mind. We got to win this battle, man. We got to win. We got to fight the battles to win the war. How about that? Because some battles is win and loss. You're going to have some days where you win and you have everything figured out. You're going to have some days where you don't know which way is up or which way you're going. You're going to doubt everything in your life. But we got to stay consistent. We got to stay persistent. And we got to stay believing in ourselves, man. You got to really, develop your mind, man. I think to Ramadan. Ramadan, if you don't know, it's a Muslim religion practice of fasting from sun up to sundown, no food, not even water. And they also abstain from things, sexual encounters, anything really negative. They abstain from a lot. I think they do giveaways, and they help the community during this time of Ramadan. And they read a lot of the Quran, and they practice and they study. And from what I understand, it's like you go without to understand how good your life is. It's happened once a year for about a month, where you can't eat or drink during the day and some other things. I don't have a 100% understanding. This is just from what I know from people I know in my life. And it's just really to show you, get closer to God, get closer to Allah, and get closer to understanding that, like, hey, if I go without, this will bring me back. This will humble me. This will humble my spirit, because I'm going without to learn. And I also going without, you just get closer to God. Like, hey, I just want to pray. I just want to think about, my life. I want to think about like, hey, I'm going without, but it really tests your faith. It really tests your will. It really tests your belief. And at the end, they have a big celebration. I think it's called Eid. I don't know how to fully pronounce it. It's Eid something else. Please help me in the comments or talk to me if you know more about this. But for my people that's practicing, I wish you the best. May Allah show you a better way of life, a better way of living, and reaching whatever goals you have. I hope this Ramadan is good to you. And I hope for all of us, one day I want to practice. I want to do a day of fasting and see, try to do it like I'm doing Ramadan, and maybe I'll show you guys my journey in that. I just got some content. I got some new stuff coming in. But I really think that's important for all of us, man. I want to do a day myself, maybe within this Ramadan period. I know a lot of people, they just like to rest. They try to not to do too much at all, not walk around, not do a lot. They just study and they just kind of keep it easy because it is hard, But I know a lot of people fast. I know Christianity, people fast. I know just for yourself, people fast. They do different things. They do juice cleanses. But for all of us, we have to, whatever it takes for me, man, I just think it's beautiful. Whatever it takes to get us back to get right, to be our best selves. We have to put ourselves through things sometimes to be our best selves. But you always have to do what you feel is right. You don't have to do it because it's religion or this way. You have to do it because in your spirit, you feel connected to something. This podcast always speaks to feeling connected, being connected to the inner you and bettering yourself with a better way. I'm also, I think I'm going to do some Mother's Day minis like photo shoot. I want to set up somewhere and set up maybe like $20, or if people don't have the money, if they just want to come, they really want to do it. I want to set up and take as many photos, like 10 minutes with each family or something. Take some photos, man. Photos is my thing. I always think about if my house was burning, what would I want to grab? And this is really my photos, man. I just really, photos or video now, I'm doing all this stuff. You can't get that back. When I moved here, I lost a whole shoebox full of photos throughout my life, and that's all I really wanted, man. So it really hurt me. So I really want to get them families out there, and maybe you haven't taken pictures. Maybe you haven't taken pictures with your family in a long time. With your mom, mom's everything. Shout out to dads too, but mom's is heartfelt. So I want to do some minis, get some families out there, play some music, catch a vibe. And just really, I really want to do that. I'm putting myself out there. I'm jumping. I got my LLC, so I need to start putting some things in my business account and on my business name. And I just really want to do that. So I'm going to set up a date, do some minis, set up a little photo situation, and, just do some stuff with families, man, and really get them out there. And, I think it's going to be a good time because to have these photos with your family, with your mom, the one who birthed you, the one who carried you, to wipe your butt, wipe your snotty nose, help you along the way. I think it's great. So if you in the Clayton County, McDonough area, or wherever you come from, if you watch this podcast, or you come from out of town, whatever, I think I'm going to do that. Stay tuned for more on that, man. With all the thoughts of me really stepping forward and doing things, it makes me think and reflect on, like, in my life, I've always been a great worker. I've been a great son. I've been a great this, that, but I always was searching for me and searching for myself. And I've been learning now in life, you have to stand on something. You have to be your own man. You have to be your own woman. So you have to stand for something. And what I mean by, we live a life that we always pleasing others. We always not offending others. When we're kids and we're babies, we just go ahead and say what's on the top of our mind. We don't care. And, that honesty is beautiful. Now, as you get older, you have to find a way to shape that honesty. You have to find a way to not be brutally honest, but somebody always knows how you feel. For me, I've always been passive. Like, I'd rather just ignore it or not deal with it than talk to somebody personally, to talk to nephews or talk to my mom, talk to my dad. But I think we need to change that. I think we all need to stand on something. we all need to stand on how we feel about certain situations. And we could feel this way today and we need to say it, and later on maybe things could be revealed that we were wrong. But in this moment and in this time, if that's how we feel, we have to stand on it. We all have to build that confidence of we stand for something. I'm not going to get treated this way. I don't like how I was treated as a child. I don't like how I was treated as a parent. I don't like how I was treated as a spouse. I don't like how you treat me as a coworker. Whatever it is, we have to start standing on something. We have to move forward to not be so passive when it's hurting us, because the people that's being hurtful to us either don't know or they don't care. So we need to, start standing up for ourselves. We need to stand on what we believe in. We need to question everything. A lot of people don't question religion. They don't question this. They don't question that. But if it don't feel right in your heart, you have to question it, because on our last day and even on our first day, we came in alone, we're going to go alone. So anything in your life that doesn't sit right with you, you need to try to make plans to figure it out and figure why you feel that way, or talk to a person. But we have to stand on something. We can't keep living life for others because others don't live life for us. A lot of people live life to hurt us, whether intentional or unintentional. But like I said, we have to fight for ourselves. And I just want us to stand on something, to not just please others, to live life for us, to live life with love. You have to love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, nobody will know how to love you properly. And I mean, like I keep saying, man, we come alone, we go alone. So I just want us to really work on that. I really think we need that. I keep checking my timer because I don't want this thing to cut off on us, man. You know, I try to come in here. Big announcement, man. A Black Effect podcast festival. I will be in the building April 22nd. If you're a podcaster, tickets about $40. I think it was $47. If you're a student, you get a lower price. Pullman Yards, April 22nd, 85 South Show. Horrible Decisions, checking in Michelle Williams. They'll have podcast panels. I'm really interested in the business of podcasts, so I can learn to elevate and take my thing to the next level. I'm also interested because it's the first podcast event other than Rory and Maul's show where I just didn't know what to say or do. Like, hey guys, I got a podcast. But this one, I go with the intentions. I go with standing on something. Standing on my podcast is something you need to listen to. This is recorded. It's something you need to listen to. I'm going there with that intentions of, making progress and learning. I always listen, but to go and touch hands, I want to do that more this year. Really get out there, because that's how you affect. If you're an artist, you gotta go out there and rap. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta make things happen. Excuse. But so I'm going out there with the intentions of standing on something, with the intentions on learning, and the intentions on gaining some new followers, man. This is recorded, making some connections, networking. It's going to be great. I'm excited, man. I just bought the tickets because I usually wait. And I'm not doing that as well no more in my life, man. Whatever I want within reason, I'm going to go get it. We're going to do it. We're getting this dog. We're getting a lot of things. We're out there doing it. Me and my beautiful wife, I love you, Poopa. We're making it happen. In closing, I want to talk about the importance of feeling your feelings. Like I said, the past 2 weeks have been kind of rough on me. I've been all over the place, my feelings, my emotion. Got some things going on in my personal life that I'm trying to work with and trying to figure out. It's just important sometimes that, even when you don't know how to feel, you have to feel those emotions. You have to feel them. But you always have to keep the mindset of, I'm going to break out of it. I'm going to feel them for right now, but I'm going to break out of it. And by golly, today I broke out of it. I feel great. But as you can see on this podcast, I'll be open. I'll be transparent. Shout out to Aunt Ross. She always say I'm vulnerable, man. I try to be vulnerable just to show people, to empower the next person to really say how you feel, within reason, But feel your feels, feel your emotions, feel those down moments, those down times. Try not to, hurt anybody in the process when you're feeling bad, but it's important to feel those feels, but always know I'm looking for a better way. I'm looking for a better light. There is a way out. There is a better way. There is love. There is understanding. There is peace. There's all of the above on the way out of this. You have to really feel that. You have to really believe that. You have to really know that it's going to be better in the end of all of this that I'm feeling. But always know and always feel like I'm going to make it out. I'm down right now, but I'm not out. You know, you have to feel that way. You have to go outside. I'm about to go to Starby. Shout out to my niece. You probably see in the video earlier, Alani. Beautiful Alani. Love you, Alani. This is reporting live with this weirdo. Early reactions to the movie Smile. We got 30 minutes left. Was it trash so far?
It was scary.
So far, so scary. I was being a terrible uncle, and I went ahead and watched it by myself. We'll watch the rest of the 30 minutes. What are you expecting? Will you not sleep at night?
Well, the first time I watched it, I slept pretty good. So probably I'll sleep good. I don't know.
Stay tuned. Let's watch it. Okay, guys, we finished the last 30 minutes of Smile. What is your review?
It was trash. First of all, I don't know why he watched her die when he knew what was going to happen.
Honey, you're spoiling the movie.
Oh, my bad.
You're not being a good critic. What's the next scary movie we gotta watch? Ouija? Those are trash.
Yeah.
Those got like a 9.
The new Scream came out.
The new Scream. Stay tuned. That, you know, hey man, I be outside, I spend time with family, I spend time with my dog, I spend time with myself. You have to do whatever you have to do to get better. You have to do whatever you have to do to get right. And you have to do whatever you have to do to just be you again. But it is important to feel those feels, and you have to make it out. I want you to make it out. You're going to make it out. I speak that into you. Hey, man, you listen to this podcast. I thank you. YouTube. Get it up. Podcast. If you like podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Spotify, you can sort and go back to old stuff and see how far this podcast has grown, from the sound to the topics. I listened to the first one. I called myself Reggie B. I didn't know what I was doing. I was trying to figure out the name. I was trying to figure it out, man. But you can see the growth. You can see the journey, man. It's cool to, you know, the episodes usually ain't as good when you go back to some of my old stuff because they're learning it. They're figuring out. They find the groove. I'm finding the groove. It's just, hey, man, we only getting bigger and better. I got some stuff coming in to work on some things. I feel very good. And I'm taking life day by day, as you should. Because one day, 1 week, months could be great, and then boom, it'll feel like your whole world crashed on you. I know you've been there. I know you feel that. But you got to understand that this is life. This life could be not fair, but this life is truly and honestly what you make it. This week, I speak into existence. Before I get into that, let me give a huge shout out. Lil Duke, man. Hold on, where's my air horn? He's at the Black Conference for Black professors in the computer science field. We sending a big one out to Lil Duke, man. We proud of you, man. It's only a few black professors in the computer science field, about 82, 83. The young boy Duke, go back and watch his podcast on here, learn about him. He's going. We proud of you, brother. I speak into existence confidence. The confidence to go and be you. The confidence to stand on something. The confidence that you could be a young dude like Lil Duke, man, and you could figure it out. You could step into the field and become one of the few hundred black professors in computer science. Black first, anything. The black, anything you want, or any color, any religion, any creed, to do it. But you need that confidence. This week I speak into existence. Confidence that you start moving towards the best you. And this is recorded.
Trade the future.